Hello to all. Today we will discuss a very informative and important topic of this subject is embedded system, or we can say the application part of microcontroller. So first of all we have to discuss what do we mean by the embedded system. In a simple way we have to say that an embedded system, it means a combination of software and hardware, or we can say it is a system in which software is embedded. I just repeat the second definition. What do you mean by the embedded system? The embedded system is a system in which software is embedded, or in another term we have to say that the embedded system are those which dedicate to perform some specific task or some specific application. Yes, so which type of some application, or we can say what are the example of embedded systems? The example of embedded systems are washing machine, printer, automobile, camera, industrial machine, etc. So in this case of the embedded system, we have to use the microprocessor, microcontroller to perform a single job. It is a standalone device with no operating system. As we have already discussed, these examples are music player is there, washing machine, vending machine, data logger, etc. But nowadays most of the device run OS, that is the operating system. So the question is that what is the need for the operating system for this embedded system? In general, the operating system is not used for the embedded devices, but what the OS is used for these embedded devices, basically that is called the RTOS. For example, in case of the mobile phone, the RTOS is used. Is it okay? So now next we have to discuss what are the need for this operating system. Yes, so basically OS is not used inside the embedded system. The OS that is used for the embedded system, that is called the RTOS. RTOS, it means that is the scalable form of the operating system. Here I have to use the one term that is called the scalable form. The scalable form, it means not the whole operating system is used inside the embedded system. It just depends on the application. So we just scale the operating system according to our designers, according to our application. So yes, what in general case the operating system is not used, but in a now a device, whenever we have to perform the multiple operation through a single microcontroller, then that OS is required. So the main important example for this type of embedded devices are smartphone. So due to this, here we have to discuss what is the need for the OS actually. So the user needed smarter devices capable of doing multiple jobs. Again, you have to remember the main function of the operating system is just to manage the number of applications or the memory for a different application. That's the need for this OS and nothing else. And next one is support enough memory to run multiple applications, reusable and stable with more software updates. So due to these points, the OS is required for a large or nowadays used embedded systems. Yes, now next we will move towards the next characteristics for the embedded system. For example, embedded system have a microcontroller which get input from the hardware. Hardware, it means it like just a keypad, button and sensors, and give the output through motor, display or any mechanical work. This system can have an external memory also, which is stored non-volatile data. External memory sometimes built internal to the microcontroller. So this is the basic requirement or a functionality that is going on inside the embedded system. The microcontroller can be written in any programming language such as C language is there, assembly language, or any complex language. The program is, yes, you just differentiate the program that is used for the embedded system or that is used for the microprocessor based system or the general purpose system. So the program is loaded into the microcontroller, or we can say a program written for the microcontroller of the calculator cannot work with the microwave and the vice versa. Actually, what do you mean by this line is that since the embedded system is an application specific device, so that's why I have to written here the program that is used for the calculator that is not work for the microwave, or we can say a program that is used for the printer cannot work for the washing machine. Is it okay? Because these programs are only application specific. Due to this, the embedded device is application specific. So a program or the instruction that is written for the embedded system are known as a firmware, whereas the programs that are written for a general purpose devices, that is called the software. So you just remember the difference between the firmware and the software is what. So the program basically that is written for the embedded system is called the firmware, whereas the program that is written for the general purpose devices is called the software. So firmware is stored in read-only or flash memory and is small in size. Embedded system can have little memory and may or may not have a keyboard and screen. As you all know, in case of the washing machine, there is a no keyboard, there is a simple switches and buttons are there, and there is a no screen actually. Is it okay? So this is the basic structure, or we can say the basic characteristic for any embedded system. Yes, next we will discuss the next characteristic for the embedded system. So any type of embedded system have the following characteristics, such as it consume low power. Okay, so it consume the low power to run any microcontroller. They are also small in size. So due to this, these are the portability is become easy. Next is what, they have a low cost per unit because of low computing power. Just because of low computing power, the cost is also low. It is a difficult to program. Yes, the main characteristic or main major discussion about this embedded system is what, these are the program for the embedded system. It is difficult and they are intelligent code to operate. So when engineers are given the project to design an embedded system, then they are guided to make the cost effective system and reducing the size of the system. The main concern for any embedded system is that they should be a cost effective and reduce in size. So due to this, what happened, the embedded system usually made on a large scale, so consumer can get a low price product. Okay, the main characteristic or ceiling feature of any embedded system is that it should be cost effective and used as in a scalable form. The architecture of a large machine is complex and difficult to make, so engineer face difficulty during this characteristics in controlling the accuracy and efficiency of the system. The goal is to make application programs that are more in performance and error free. So whenever any embedded system is designed, so there are a lot of condition that we have to remember. It should consume the low power, should be cost effective or the low cost, its size is very less, and power consumption is also very less. So there are some parameter that we have to that any engineer is remember for designing any embedded system. Yes, now next we move toward this topic. So this is the basic structure, or we can say the journal block diagram for any embedded system that consists of the input devices. Whenever we have to take the example of the washing machine, so the inputs are what? Inputs are there, how much time is set for washing a particular cloth, what is the processor is going on inside that machinery, what we have to set the time for a particular functions. Interrupt controller is the program memory and data memory, serial communication port, parallel ports, these are the power supply, reset and oscillator circuitry, system application specific circuit, which type of function we want to perform actually. So this is the input devices, and these are the output interfacing. So this is what, this is nothing, just a simple block diagram for any embedded system that consists of the number of functions, or the number of blocks for performing a specific application. Yes, now next we will move towards the example of the embedded system. There are lots of example of the embedded system. Here we have to discuss some important or some specific example for this embedded system. So the first one is the calculator. So whenever you have to discuss about any embedded system, so it's depend on person to person how to define your embedded system. For example, with the help of the simple block diagram, in which you just explain what is the input parameters are there, what are the output parameters are there, and another one have to define their embedded system with the help of the chain process, or we can say with the help of the chain process that is related to the electrical part or the technical part. The first input is going there in a first block, and then next move over the next part. So it's depend on person to person how it define their embedded system with the help of the block diagram, with the help of the UML diagram, that is called the unified modeling language. So it's depend on person to person. Yes, so first of all we have to discuss the one example of the embedded system. This is the calculator. So calculator is what? Calculator is also the one example of the embedded system. Actually it is one of very earlier embedded system that is used widely. Okay, in this example the function is to take input from the keypad. As we all know how the calculators work, so of course the function, the input is taken from the keypad and perform the required operations. Suppose whenever you want to perform simple addition, multiplication, trigonometric function, whatever, so whenever you want to perform the required operation, and that operation is displayed on the LCD plate. Next, the embedded scientific calculator has a high performance processor. This is a simple calculator. Next we will move towards the embedded scientific calculator that has a high performance processor. A number of mathematical complex calculation can be performed by this calculator. Okay, so you can program such scientific calculator with such kind of functionality. These calculators are very advanced as compared to the simple calculator, all just because of the embedded system. Got to this point? So it's depend on designers, it's depend on the applications, depend on the demand. Then we have to move towards the functionality just with the help of this embedded system. So with such kind of functionality, that's why I have to written here, with such kind of functionality these calculators are very advanced as compared to the simple calculator, just because of the embedded system. Next we will move towards the next example of the embedded system. This one is, yes, so the next example is the automatic washing machine. Automatic washing machine has the very daily life example is, the daily life example of the embedded systems include the automatic washing machine and dryers. Washing machine clothes is not a difficult task. Now going to embedded system, you just have to add the cloth and leave it to the machine. Okay, so what happened in a smart washing machine or the automatic washing machine, you just add the cloth and the rest of the operation is performed by the machine itself. Machine have a microcontroller for controlling all the tasks. Sensor and actuator in this case are level sensor, valves, motor, and also a display and keypad to inform to input information. Once you load the cloth in a machine, the whole process, basically the total process that is going on inside the washing machine is depend on the three cycles, that is the washing, rinsing and spinning. Okay, so once you load the cloth in the machine, the whole process consists of three cycle: washing, rinsing and spinning. Yes, so all the three cycles are initiated by the machine itself. You just have to enter the information just like for hot or the cold water and press start button. During washing and rinsing cycle, water is added to the drum by pipe. Closing and opening of the valves for adding water is checked through level sensor. So there is no interaction with the human. It's just all checked by the machine just because of the embedded function or the embedded system. So what is going on the embedded system? These all functionalities performed through with the help of the microcontroller. So check through the label sensor by microcontroller kit, like a PIC microcontroller is there, AVR microcontroller is there, 8051 microcontroller is there. It's depend on the which washing machine we have to use and which company use the which type of microcontroller. Yes, then the rotation of the drum start for preset time. After that the water is drained out through the pipes. Okay, so these are the process that is going on inside the washing machine where the human interaction is not required. These all process are going inside the machine just because of the embedded system. So during spinning cycle, water is not added and drum rotate for a set time. Yes, and the next point is all the process are controlled by the microcontroller program, as we have already discussed. The timing for each cycle can be changed through the keypad. So this was another embedded system example. Yes, as I have already told you, it's depend on person to person how he or she define their embedded system. For this washing machine, I have to use the input and output for defining my electronic washing machine. Here the inputs are what? These are the user push button, water temperature, drum speed, water level sensor and door close switch. So these are the input function or the inputs for my washing machine, and these input functions are performed by the controller. So with the help of this controller, the following outputs are there. These are the drum motor, water heater, water pump, water valves, user display, door releases, etc. So these are the input and output in an electronic washing machine. So I have to use the input and output for defining my washing machine. You can use the block diagram for this washing machine or whatever you want actually. So it's depend on us how to define our embedded device. It's not a specific, you just use this part or this diagram for defining the device. Depend on us how to define our embedded system. Yes, next another example of the embedded system is what? This is the ATM. ATM is implies to automated teller machine, and all we use is ATM machine. Okay, so we are very much familiar to this. So an automated teller machine is also an embedded system. It is a computerized device used in banking. You all are, as I already told you, you all are familiar with this operation and use, a customer can access and perform his transaction without going. So what is the beauty of this ATM is what, of course, without going to the bank and meeting some assistant, you can perform your important function of the bank with the help of this machine. So this machine consists of card reader for detecting card and accessing information of the person. Also it has a keypad so the user can enter his command and the password, just like a pin number. You have to set the account, you also enter the amount, you also withdraw the amount, you just deposit the amount with the help of this ATM machine. A screen display information is there, a printer print the receipt, and cash is received from cash dispenser. Okay, a network is present between the, yes, this is the important part of this ATM machine, is that a network is present between the bank computer and ATM machine through a host computer. All the data is verified with the bank computer and all transactions are stored in it. All these input and output operation are carried with the help of the microcontroller. Again, as I have already told you earlier, this embedded system is what, this is a topic which is basically shows the application of microcontroller. So all these input and output operation are carried out with the help of the microcontroller. So this make one of the best example of the embedded system. In case of the washing machine, I have to explain you my washing machine with the help of the input and output function. But in case of the ATM, I just show the embedded system with the help of this block diagram, or we can see the simple diagram of the ATM machine, where this screen shows the display screen, cash dispenser is there, it shows the deposit slot, and what is this, this is the keypad, and here it shows the speaker, and it also consists of the card reader, it shows the receipt printer, and screen button is also there. So this is the block diagram, or we can say part of the ATM machine. So that is all about the embedded system. So there are a lot of application of embedded system. I just taken out here only 3. You take that you want actually. So that is all about the embedded system. Thank you.